it's me, Lala. Thanks for stopping by for today's video. Happy Vlogtober, day 24. It is Tuesday, the 24th of October, and we are doing it together. Woo! We certainly are, and I hope that a couple of you joined in with the woo. And I'm a poet and don't even know it, and I know that a couple of you did. I certainly do. So, happy Tuesday, everybody. It was a beautiful, beautiful day here today at Lilleybugglane. The weather was perfecto. It certainly was. And I hope that wherever you were or are, the weather is perfecto there too. I do know that there are a couple of you that are experiencing the white fluffy stuff falling from the sky. Snow. Yes, I know. And snow can be pretty too. Snow can be pretty too. It's pretty the first time it falls, and then every time after that, we're ready for spring, aren't we? We are ready for spring. But soon enough, right? Time is flying by, and before we know it, it will be springtime again. So we have something to look forward to. Are we ready? Are we ready? Ta-da! Another extra task done this week. So you all know that today was making pumpkin bread for Chewy, because remember last week I made the pumpkin bread for Louise and her roommates for homecoming, and he was disappointed. He was disappointed that I didn't make him pumpkin bread. So I surprised him today and I made him pumpkin bread. And here it is. So I'm very excited. Now, see the top? See how crusty and yummy that top looks? That's the secret ingredient. And Chewy is an odd bird because he likes to have the edges of his breads crunchy, like, you know, crusty and crunchy. And so I kept it in for just a teensy bit longer than called for, the cooking time, so that he would get those crispy edges. So Chewy has pumpkin bread, and he is a happy boy. He certainly is. We want to make our boys happy, don't we? We do. We want to give them a reason to come home every night. And there's your reason. Pumpkin bread. Pumpkin bread, right? Pumpkin bread. So anyway, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know how you all are doing today, what the weather is in your area, if you'd like to share that. I have noticed today that the leaves are starting to release from the trees, right? So they are starting to fall now from the trees. So soon enough, if we get a rainy, windy day, all the leaves are going to be gone. They're going to be gone. The roll-off, the dumpster, got picked up today. It certainly did. And Chewy had to go out there and hose off the driveway because we had rain and there was water in the dumpster. So when the man picked it up, he hooked it up and then went like this to get it up on the back of the truck, and all of this stinky water went all over the driveway, and it was just stinky. So Chewy went out there and hosed it off. So now it's okay. But the roll-off is gone, and that is wonderful. So we are happy about that. So here's what I would like to talk about today. We have a short amount of time left for Vlogtober. So my plan is that I am going to go through the comments from the very first Vlogtober video until currently, and I'm going to pick out a comment from every video, and I'm just going to highlight that comment and in future videos from now till the end of Vlogtober. And if it's a question, I'll answer a question. If it's just a statement, then you know, I'll share your statement or the comment that you left. And I just want to make sure that you all know, or this is my way of showing you all how much I appreciate you being here every day and sharing Vlogtober with me. So that's what we will be doing starting tomorrow. I will start going through the past videos and sharing comments. So There we go. So be sure to leave a comment. Be sure to leave a comment. So today what I would like to talk about, and you all know how much I love this topic. I love this topic. Pioneer spirit. Pioneer spirit. So I'm going to pose a situation to you, and I want you to think long and hard about it, okay? You have to pick 9 people, okay? Because we're going to have a total of 10, but you are one of them. So you're only going to have 9 choices. You have to pick 9 people, right, to go in a covered wagon journey with you and start a pioneer settlement, okay? Now, here's the dealio, okay? Don't automatically say your family or your children or whatever, because here's the twist, okay? Each one of these people, okay, is going to have to be able to contribute to the success of the pioneer journey and the forming of the pioneer settlement. Okay? So think about that. Think about that. Now, if you want to include families, right? So it would be the wife and the husband and the children or whatever, then think long and hard, because the success of the pioneer journey, the covered wagon journey, and the success of starting your pioneer settlement depends on the 9 people that you choose, and you, okay? And you. So you need to think about 10 people that have the skills that would be needed to keep the other people alive, prospering, successful, things like that. So somebody that's good, that would be a good builder, somebody that would be a seamstress, somebody that had some medical knowledge, somebody that was a good, what do you call those? Frontier person, somebody that was a good hunter, somebody that was a good cook. You know what I'm saying? So you have to pick these people not according to how you feel emotionally about them, but how they could help everyone, including you, right? Because there's only going to be 10 initial people. And then you can add on, each person can bring like 4 people or whatever. But you got to think about it, right? So think about that. Think about that. I have posed that question to quite a few people lately, and it's not an easy question to answer. It's not. It's not. And if you don't know 9 people that you could mesh with, right, then you need to find these 9 people, right? Or you need to find 4 people if you're going to do it with 5, right? Things are going to get worse before they get better, okay? And it could get to the point where we have to rely on ourselves or a very small circle of people. So you want to make sure that those people are reliable, responsible, and working towards the same goal that you would be working towards, which would be to get you and your family through a very difficult time that may be on our horizon, because it's going to get a lot worse before it gets a lot better, right? Right. There is nothing more disheartening than to know that we are on the verge of something that we have never seen in our lifetimes, and to see the person who is supposed to be our leader lounging on the beach. But we had 4 years of peace. We did. We had 4 years of peace. And it only took 2.5 years for it all to come crumbling down. So think of those people. Think of the 9 people, okay? Think of the 9 people. Now, here we go. I want to learn how to make bread. I've told you all that. I want to learn how to make bread. That's one of the things that I think is important to me, is to know how to make bread. Because if you got bread, you got food, right? If you got bread, you got food. So I want to know how to make bread. I'm going to learn how to do that this winter. And I'm going to do it in the Dutch oven, right? So it's going to be like artisan bread, which is just a fancy word for bread in a Dutch oven. So I'm going to do that. I also would like you to think about the pioneers, okay? Think about what they had to endure to get to where they wanted to be. Right? Could you do that? Could you do that? Could you walk 800 miles next to a covered wagon that held every possession that you had, including your children? Could you do that? Could you pack up what was important to you in your car and leave your area and start somewhere brand new? Right? I think about the challenges that the pioneers faced, right? So Ma and Pa Ingalls and the girls and the Donner Party that was going, over the Sierra Nevada mountains and what they had to endure. Do you think you could endure that? Do you think you have the pioneer spirit in the today to do what they did back then? They were tough. They were tough physically, they were tough mentally, and they were tough emotionally. And they had to be those things because it was a choice between life and death sometimes. We have become soft. We have become soft. And the things that were given to us for convenience and for comfort, and the things that we buy for convenience and that we buy for comfort, and the things that, we don't want to do anymore because it's hard and we don't want to have to face it physically, mentally, or emotionally, have made us soft. As advanced medically and technologically as our society is today, I think we are the weakest that the human race has ever been. Physically, psychologically, and emotionally. And like I said to you at the sink one night, the path to hell is paved with good intentions. I think about the pioneers a lot, and I think to myself, what would they think if they were here right now? What would they think? And then I think to myself, could I live back then? Could I live back then? Now, the story of Ma and Pa and the Ingalls girls, as written in the Little House on the Prairie book series, was kind of fluffed up, because it was written for young readers. And so it was kind of fluffed up. But the book Prairie Fires that I read told the real story of the Little House on the Prairie series. So the things that were talked about in the Little House on the Prairie series were talked about in Prairie Fires, and you could see the difference between what the reality of the situation was and how it was written in the book, right? And now when I read the Little House on the Prairie series, which you know I do every year, I see the situations differently because I know what I read what the situations were really like, right? If you have not read the Little House on the Prairie series, I would encourage you to do it. I would encourage you to do it. An audiobook is not reading. Canary in a coal mine. Okay? Audiobook is not reading. It is not reading. It is not. It is listening. It is not reading. Okay? It is listening to words. It is not reading words. It is not seeing the word, knowing the word, and reading the word. So audiobooks are not reading. They are listening. And again, Canary in a Coal Mine and the path to hell as a society. But I think a lot about the pioneers. And I think we've lost that strength and that spirit and that determination that the pioneers had. And I want it back for us. I want it back for us. They stood up for what they believed in. And the most important thing for them was to be free and remain free. And that's what I think we should want to. That's what I think we should want too. Every other country in the world thinks that way. And there's nothing wrong with that. We want what's best, right? We want what's best for our families, for our communities, and for our country. So, what would your profession be if you were a pioneer? If you were back in the pioneer days, what would your profession be? I think I would probably be probably a couple of things. Okay? might be a teacher. I might be a seamstress. I might be like a midwife. But guess what? Back in the pioneer days, that could have been the same person for 3 different things in a community. So think about your 9 people. Think about your 9 people. And think about the pioneers. Because had it not been for them, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here. And we have to remember the people that have come before us, and the trials and the tribulations and the challenges that they have met. Because we have no idea what a trial or a tribulation or a challenge is. Not in today's world, we don't. So feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are, and let me know what profession you think you would be in. Let me know if you can think of 9 people that you would want to take on your covered wagon journey to form a new pioneer settlement. Really think about it, because I think you would be surprised if you were honest with yourself that you may not be able to think of 9 people. But your life would depend on it. Those 9 people would help keep you alive, just like you would help keep those 9 people alive. So anyway, thank you so much for stopping by to spend some time with me today for this video. I want you to know how much I appreciate you spending your time with me. And I am enjoying spending every day with you. I certainly am. Are we ready? I hope you are happy. I hope you are happy. I hope you're healthy. It is all up to us. And I hope you are safe. I certainly do. And guess what? Guess what? I will see you tomorrow for another Vlogtober video.